Hello everyone, it's Lauren here, only Shade Drops. Happy Monday, everyone. Even though it's never a very happy day to Monday, but today is a happy day because I brought you some Eurovision news. I got a shit ton of stuff, honestly. I did not expect to have so much. I went through everything this morning. I was like, okay, there's this too. Oh, So yeah, I'm gonna go through a lot. I, of course, timestamped everything. If you wanna just go skip now to the subject that will interest you the most. Just before you do that, though, please don't forget to put a little like, subscribe, follow me on social media, Blue Sky, Instagram, all of that. That doesn't cost anything and it helps me a lot to grow this tiny little channel that is only Shade Drop. So, let's not wait anymore and let's go for our news of the week. So we're gonna start with some news from last Eurovision in Basel. You remember all the Céline Dion message, and I think in the first semi-final where for Eurovision or the second one, there were 4 Eurovision 2024 artists who performed Ne partez pas sans moi, her song. Well, she was supposed to perform in Basel. She had arrived at Basel, but she sadly suffered a seizure, then went straight back to Vegas, I think. So she was not able to perform in Basel, Céline Dion. It would have been quite special to have her there since she was the last Switzerland winner in Eurovision before Nemo brought the trophy home. But yeah, we still got that lovely message from her in the grand final. And yeah, I don't really know what syndrome she suffers, but we, of course, everyone wish her the best, that her health gets better and all. And yeah, it's sad that we did not manage to see her perform live on the Eurovision stage 39 years after her win, I think, or a bit more. I don't remember exactly the year that she won in. But yeah, health comes before everything, even before Eurovision. So wish you the best, Céline. Alright, some happier news. We just got information that JJ, I just bit my tongue. Hey, that hurts. That JJ, the Eurovision 2025 winner, will perform in Vienna. He'll have an interval act where he will sing a new version of Wasted Love. Why a new version? The original is perfect. Keep it, please. Sing the original. And a new song. I don't know if that new song he talks about is the one he just freshly released. Go check out my reaction to his new song, Back to Forgetting. Or maybe he'll release a new one, or maybe he'll premiere one in Eurovision 2026. I'm pretty excited about this interview. I usually really do not care about interval acts, but that's one I'm really excited about. What interval acts did we have that were great this year? Like there was Nemo's performance, they were stunning, that unexplainable. I listen a lot to that song. And there was that interval act in the first semi-final, made in Switzerland. I think that was great. And yeah, I can't really remember the other. Yeah, there was the Carrie and Baby Lasagna one, which I was honestly a bit mixed about. But yeah, okay, these are the interval acts that I do remember from last Eurovision, and I do hope JJ's interval act will be memorable in Vienna. Alright, some confirmation news now. Azerbaijan just confirmed that they will participate in next Eurovision, and I think this is the right opportunity for me to tell you that once again for next year I will not be covering anything related to the Azerbaijan entry. I'll put in my predictions, and that's basically it. I mean, if you follow the channel this year, you know what happened. You know how I did it for the Azerbaijan, Israeli, and Georgian entries. that I did not cover them except when I made my running order predictions and my qualifiers predictions and grand final prediction and everything. So you know what happens? I will once again not cover their participation, Azerbaijan and Israel. I will see for Georgia what will happen. Another country that confirmed participation, and that makes me really happy because I was worried about them, it's Czechia. They also opened song submissions. They will select internally. Really, I'm so happy that they confirmed. Stay Czechia, even though you're in a 2 non-qualification streak. You came close with Aiko, with add-ons. Well, the staging did not work, the live performance did not work, but the song was really, really good. And come back with a great song. Uh, make something happen with the staging. We really need better staging from stagings from Czechia. Like Aiko staging was pretty good, I think. If I barely really remember that entry. Vesna staging was fine without being great. We Are Dummy had a great staging in my opinion. But yeah, stagings are something where Czechia is slacking a little bit. Also, they do not have as big as a budget as other delegations. But yeah, I'm really happy that Czechia is back. I am gonna cross my fingers for a Czechia qualification this year. I mean, next year, since we're still 2025, but we're in the 2026 Eurovision season. You got what I mean. Another country that confirmed their participation is Australia. I am pretty happy about it. They're fully part of the contest. And yeah, let's just keep on having Australia there. I enjoyed their song this year, even though it did not qualify. I did not think it was robbed or anything. Also, the staging, even though it was fun, was right now when I think about it, it did not leave a big impact on me. I think it did get hurt by the fact that, the audience was muted, so we could not hear the audience scream yum yum. We could just hear those noises, those generated noises with the yum yum that, yeah, don't mute the audience anymore, the EBU, come on. But yeah, Australia are back. I'm very curious to see what direction they will go. I really hope that at some point we might get Jaguar Jones or Charlie to represent them. That would be great. And another country who confirmed is Ireland, but we got another news from them, is that they appointed a new head of delegation who's called Alan Tyler. I'm quoting right now the Eurovoix article. He previously worked at the BBC as executive director of entertainment commissioning and was associated with shows including Strictly Come Dancing, All Around to Miss Brown's, and Comic Relief. Since 2022, he has been group head of entertainment and music at RTE. And this is the first time the head of entertainment and music will be in charge of the Irish Eurovision delegation. He replaces Michael Keeley, who was head of delegation since 2013. I think Michael Keeley qualified 3 times with Ireland. 2013, if he was behind that entry, that got last place in the grand final, if I remember well. 2018, beautiful entry, Rhino Shaughnessy together, and as you all know, 2024 by Bambithag Doomsday Blue, which is Ireland's best result since quite a long time, when you think about it. And yeah, let's see what Ireland will do. They did not say yet if they're gonna host a national final or internally select. I know that ESC Tom, who's Irish, really, really wants a national final to keep on going. And yeah, I think it would be good for Ireland to just try to attract the best artists via national final. But if you're gonna do a national final, stop using the Late Late Show. Stop using that stage, that arena. If I can even call it an arena, it's not an arena. That studio, that's not made for a national final. They need to up their game national final wise, because it very often comes across as a bit, cheap. and Ireland can do much better than a national final like that. So yeah, let's see what happens with them. By the way, before I go to the next news, I forgot to say about Ireland. They were robbed this year. Like a Party by Emmy was the best song of the non-qualifiers, but expected non-qualification, sadly. All right, now some rumored artists. France has got some rumors coming in with Vianney to represent them. Now, if you don't know Vianney, he's a pretty big name in France. Got famous for songs like Pala and Je m'en vais. Je m'en vais is a beautiful song. He's coach in The Voice. If you remember Mentissa from the last Belgian national final, he's basically her mentor. He writes basically all of her songs. And France going again with a big name really tells us that they want to win, but the fact that they go with Vianney tells us that once again they're probably going to go with a ballad, as he's kind of, he's the guy with the guitar and the ballad, usually. That's to put it in a bit of a caricatural way. That's what his style is. I really like him as an artist. I do not know if going for a ballad for the third year in a row would be good for France, but maybe he'll surprise us and come with some ethno bop. I don't know. But I'm very excited about this as I really like this artist. And just like Luan and Slimane, he's one of the artists I kind of grew up with. So I am really happy about what France is doing right now. Could they maybe be my favorite for the third year in a row? That'd be freaking insane. Anyway, yeah, Vianney rumors for France. He denied the rumors, but he's kind of forced to. If he's been selected, he cannot say, yeah, the rumors are true. I have been selected for France. If he's not selected, then yeah, he'll also say that he has not been selected for France. Just to tell you, don't listen to these denying. Luan denied last year. It ended up being her. So we shall see. We got another rumored artist. It's for Cyprus, Sophia Patsalides. Okay, so basically, the Cypriot delegation has apparently contacted record labels and all to propose artists and everything. And we got that information that a label has proposed Sophia Patsalides, who represented Cyprus in Junior Eurovision 2014, 11 years ago, and who was one of the songwriters behind their Junior Eurovision song in 2024. They proposed her to participate, to be one of the considered artists for next Eurovision. Now, this is not as solid as like the Vianney representing France kind of stuff, because they obviously proposed a lot of other artists, but like this is the one name that apparently was, I don't know if it was leaked or anything, but I got the news from Eurovoix. So interesting to see what's gonna happen with Cyprus there. Alright, some national final news now. Vidbir, national final for Ukraine, just announced their new music producer, and you know who she is. It's Jamala, Eurovision 2016 winner. Now, I don't really know what a music producer does in national final. The only thing I got is from Oksana Skibinska, who's the head of the Ukrainian delegation. And she said that, yeah, Jamala will be able to share her own experience with the participants, give practical advice, help with the honing of musical material, and lots of other stuff, but mostly, about Ukraine and Eurovision and everything, and how they are so glad that Jamala is joining the team. So I don't really know what she will do in practical, but like if she's gonna give advice to all of the acts and help them like improve their entries and everything. I mean, I think she's one of the person who knows how you do it. Since she won. Well, next Eurovision will be the 10 years anniversary of her win, which is, I think, my second favorite win of the 21st century so far. It was such a great winner. But yeah, don't really know what she will do, but it's still a very interesting news. This one is not confirmed yet, but ESC Compact reported that Germany will most likely choose their song via national selection, and there are discussions to work with Stefan Raab. And you remember last year what happened with Stefan Raab organizing the national final? Well, he basically said, if I remember well, that if Germany does not win Eurovision, he'll leave and he will not be part of the selection process for Germany the year after. Now he might be back. Well, I mean, there are two sides to this because the national final last year for Germany, that was dreadful. That was a bad, very bad national final. But they had one or maybe two, yeah, but mostly one song in there that could get you a good result. That's why, a national final can be shit, but still, the country can have a good song in Eurovision. But yeah, if you select that one song, then okay, it's fine to have a very bad national final, but you gotta select the right song every time. So they got a very good result, I think, with Bola. And we'll see. I hope that the national final will be better in terms of quality. But if you have one right entry in there and you manage to select it, you don't need to have a great national final. Like when we'll complain about national final and praise the country's entry, that does not mean that all of a sudden the national final was good. That means that the one good song of the national final was selected. And now I don't think there was only one good song in the German national final last year out of the 10 or 20 songs. I think there were two or three. And yeah, they selected the one that had the biggest chances of results. So we'll see what will happen with Germany. And I hope for them that they'll keep on going with this streak of decent results. Like, they did not get a top 10 yet this decade, but it might be coming soon. Now, I just got this news right now. So, Austria just announced that they will use a national final to select for Eurovision 2026. It's the first time, I think, since Loin d'ici that they're organizing a national final. And Loin d'ici was what? 2016. So great. So the rules, the 1st September rule, you know it. All artists must be at least 16 years old, maximum of 6 people. Songs must not be created with the help of AI. Yeah, you know the rules. And it will be on the 20th of February. Do we have any other national final on the 20th of February? Did Europe already give us like the calendar? Yes, we got the calendar. I do not see anything planned for 20th of February. Looks like it will not be a Saturday. What day of the week will be the 20th of February 2026? That will be a Friday. Okay, they're doing it the German way. National final on Friday. Well, you will not collide with anyone, so I guess it's a pretty good idea. So I'm pretty curious to see. I never actually covered an Austrian national final, so I'm pretty excited. All right, now this is the big case that I had to talk about. I left it for the end. So Slovenia might not take part in Eurovision 2026. They released a statement a few days ago that I'm going to read to you, quoting the statement here from RTV Slovenia, and I'm reading it from the Eurovoix website. So, quote, the final decision on participation will be made no later than the adoption of the annual plan, PPN for 2026. By that time, it should be clear whether the EBU will reach a decision regarding Israel's participation and whether it will consider the comments of several EBU members concerning the transparency of voting. At that point, it will be decided whether RTV Slovenia still wishes to participate in the competition. At the EBU General Assembly, which took part in the beginning of July in London, RTV Slovenia shared its position in case Israel was to participate in the Eurovision Song Contest. RTV Slovenia would not participate due to the genocide in Gaza. RTV Slovenia believes that it is not only public broadcasters such as Israel's Kan, which faces challenges with ruling politics in the country, that participate in Eurovision, but countries themselves. For example, Belgium and Germany do not have separate representatives for each public broadcaster, RTBF, VRT, ZDF, ARD, but a single joint representative that represents the country as a whole. Vidbir is currently in discussions with its members regarding Israel's potential participation in the upcoming contest. So, the thing here is we've got a lot of broadcasters like threatening to think about withdrawing if Israel keeps on participating. But Slovenia here are the first who say clearly that if Israel takes part, they will withdraw. Now, my question, like, I think if Slovenia is the only one that withdraws, it will not do anything to the EBU and they'll just keep on going because they'll be like, yeah, okay, we lose Slovenia, we keep Israel, and you know the countries that are in favor of Israel's participation. But if Slovenia's withdrawal is followed by, I don't know, let's say Ireland, Iceland, Belgium, and a lot of other countries, then it would maybe start a domino effect that would force the EBU to actually take a freaking stand and maybe exclude Israel from the contest. I am also guessing that the EBU are waiting to see what will happen about the privatization of Cannes. Like, if they could not be the ones who exclude Israel, but like having them exclude themselves, because if Cannes becomes a private broadcaster, not a public one, they will not be eligible to the EBU anymore, and they could not participate to the Eurovision Song Contest. So I guess they're also waiting for that. But if Slovenia and other countries start withdrawing now because of Israel's participation, then yeah, they might be forced to actually take a stand. I'm guessing they also don't want to be the first ones because the FIFA did not take a stand for football, for example. No one actually excluded Israel from anything, and I don't think the EB want to be the first one to do that. You know my position, you know the position of a lot of Eurovision content creators. There's a reason why I do not cover anything about the Israeli entry in Eurovision. It's because I don't think they should be there. So, yeah, kudos to Slovenia for actually, like, I don't know like the English sentence to say that, so I'm gonna translate from a French one. So to put their balls on the table and be like, okay, we're gonna do this, and let's see now if the EBU follows or not. And I hope they will, because this situation can't keep going on. Just, you know, from a human ethics standpoint already, having them participate is really awful and despicable. And also, when you see the rules that they've broken in 2024, 2025, well, yeah, we can keep on going on like this for hours. I'm gonna stop right now and thank all of you for watching this video. I hope you liked it. If you did, please put a little like, subscribe. You can follow me on social media, Blue Sky, Instagram, links are in the description below. I will see you there. Bye bye.